Hey guys, okay, I got a awesome thing to tell you about. Didn't even know I did it. This is my spirit, my inner light, my soul doing this. I didn't even know anything about it till I woke up for the second time. I'm going to tell you what happened. So currently, I got two bad guys. I got a bad Jesus Christ. He's not Christ anymore. He's yelling at me from prison. So what happens is he goes to sleep in prison, and he can go into the illusion and yell at you. And you can shoot him and tear him up, fight him, but you know it gets old after a while. I got another guy I just caught the other day. His nickname, he's a gang leader. Big, nasty, bald guy. He's a gang leader. Guess what his nickname is? Contusion. That's his nickname. I busted him. I don't even remember what for. But I busted him. He's in prison and he hates me and they're both yelling at me. But they can't do nothing to me. But they can't. And they got friends who shank you. So what happened is Christ put me in this special box inside my house in St. Lucia. So I'm in a protected box. It sucks. It's like a jail, but it keeps me from being fucking killed every time I go to sleep or stabbed. I got stabbed twice in the head, and it hurt. I had to go to the hospital in the spirit world and everything. And pain's coming through. That happened in the last 2 weeks, and they were really bad ones. Now, if it breaches into your brain or what happens? Aneurysm, right? Okay. Anyway. I go to sleep last night around midnight. I wake up around 3 o'clock, and I'm not in my special little container in St. Lucia. I'm down low, and I'm above the ground, and I'm looking at a suburb, like a happy suburb. Like all the houses look the same. There's a street. All the grass is cut. And it's one street going down, suburb houses. That's really all I can see, and I'm above it. And I'm like, holy shit, and there's no people, there's no vehicles. It's just cement and houses. And I try to get back to my St. Lucian, because I know I'm not in St. Lucian. And my family's screaming at me from St. Lucian. They want to know where I am. And I'm telling them where I am. I'm looking at it. I'm either still at my dream or I'm in a room and I'm being sucked into it, and my soul is being sucked, like being pulled into this room. So I put up the shields and I start flying back. So I fly back. It took a lot of work. I fly back to St. Lucian and I close off. Didn't work. I'm back. I'm being sucked down again. I go, I'm supposed to be down there. For some reason, I'm supposed to go down there because I don't feel like I don't feel like it's a menacing place. I feel like I can go down there, but I have to get Christ because I'm being pulled, and that's not good. So I will myself back to St. Lucian, put on my shields. Well, all it is opposing force. So if something's sucking you, you put up the opposing force, and you go back, right? You go the opposite. So I go back to St. Lucian, I get Christ, he comes down with me, he says, arm yourself. And I'm like, got it. It's a freeze gun. So I can draw it right here, and it just looks pretty weird. It looks like a space gun or something, but it's like a handgun. But it's pretty weird. Anyway, we're going down there. We get down in this room, I don't know, and we're landing on the road in the middle of the suburb. And all there is houses going down, a tree in each front lawn, all the grass is cut. It's perfect. There's no leaves on the road, there's no cars on the road, there's no trash on the road, there's no nothing. It's just a perfect little world of suburban houses. Christ is inside me. He's walking beside me, but his energy is in me, so we're together. He's walking, and he goes, now follow where it's sucking. And I go, okay, so I'm walking down the road. We're walking down the road. I got my gun out. I'm like this, ready to shoot the first fucker that comes over. So I got my gun out. We're walking, and I go, it's pulling me to the left. It's pulling me to the left. So I start pulling to the left as I'm walking down the road in the suburb. I'm awake. Now I woke up above ground. Remember, this could be a dream to normal people, but dreams go away. This dream ain't going away. So Christ tells me we're in a room. This makes no sense. I mean, it makes sense to me because I know what a room is now. But he goes, we're in a room. No, follow the suck. But whatever's sucking you, keep going with it. Now this thing's sucking me harder than I'm walking, but I'm scared as shit. I'm scared as shit now because this is freaking me out. So, and it's broad daylight. It's broad daylight, but there's no cars, no garbage, no leaves blowing, nothing, right? So I'm walking. I start moving to the left side of the road. I cross the sidewalk and I walk across the lawn. I'm checking the windows of the houses to look for anybody that's supposed to jump me, or I'm checking behind me to make sure no one gets me. If Christ is here, he's doing the same thing. Then we get to this one house. And it's the same as all the other houses. But we walk up the driveway. It's like a black asphalt driveway. We walk in and we go. There's no garage. There's no garage. There's like a shed thing or something. I don't know. I think I swallowed a fruit fly. Anyway. We walk into the backyard and we walk right up, and I walk up to the backyard fence, right up to the fence, and I go, it's right there. Christ goes, remember I told you about it? And I go, and he said, yeah. Well, there's rooms, there's doorways in these rooms where you don't see them. And he goes, I bet you there's a door there. So he walks up, he starts pressing the wall, and he does something. I don't know what he does. But the blue sky in the backyard and the rest of the scenery beyond disappears. And now it's just a black wall with a black circle opening. And there's a light inside, a bright, shiny light down the hallway. Okay, now it's a black wall with a hole. You walk into it, we walked into it, and it was a tunnel with a white light at the end. And I go, holy shit, it's like you're dying or something here. And he goes, yeah, it's pretty interesting, isn't it? And I'm like, holy shit. So we're walking in, and we walk in, we walk in a little bit, and then people started coming at us, like I thought we were being attacked. A couple people attacked, I think. Either way, anyway, we backed the hell out of this hole, and I started blasting. I blasted everybody that came out of that hole. I didn't even know, I wasn't even aiming, I was just, they're just frozen. Christ is screaming on his radio for more Christ to come and help. They're coming. I'm shooting these guys. Some of them go, fly at me, like they're defending their tunnel, and I shoot them. It was pretty fun, you gotta admit. Anyway, so all these frozen people, other souls, are flying. They're flying, but they can't move because they're frozen. And I can't shoot them all again, so I'm telling Christ has got more people coming to get these people. Christ, yeah. Anyway, we go in, we walk down this tunnel, and it's a fucking machine. It's some kind of sucker machine. And I go, and what it looks like is, it looks like a machine, a round machine, like a great big giant fan. You know, a fan that spins, and it sucks air from outside or air from inside and blows it outside in a big giant skyscrapers and apartment buildings and stuff, a big fan. And in the movies they take their gun and they stick it in the fan and, you know, that type of thing. You gotta get through that. Well, this thing is like 6 feet, okay? And it's round, and it's got things like this. But it's not a fan. It's not a fan. I'm just describing it. But whatever the white light is, there's a white light in the middle. It looks like a big fucking hubcap off a car. And there's a white light in the middle of it. And there's this energy spinning inside this machine. Just energy. And from what I can see, I don't understand it. I'm just telling you what I saw. I'll go, it is sucking me into this thing. But when I get to it, I'm done getting sucked. Like, I'm here, so I'm not being pulled anymore. It's like I'm here. And Christ goes, holy shit, it's an angel tooth. And I'm going, what the, what? He goes, it's an angel tooth. He goes, I can't explain to you right now. And I'm going, angel tooth. He goes, yeah, it's a fucking angel tooth. I only heard of these things. Or I seen them. He says he heard about them, but he never seen one. And he goes, it's an angel tooth. And then he gets back on his horse and, rah, 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 we got an angel tooth down there, blah, blah. We got an angel tooth down there. People, Christ is coming, security's coming, flashpoint, man. He goes, you get the hell out of here. So I ran up the back, another Christ grabs me and pulls, you're on home, Rich. He pulls me, he starts hauling my ass back to St. Lucian. As he's going into St. Lucian, he goes, we need a quarantine for this, we need a quarantine for the blah, 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 state. There's different states in St. Lucian, I guess. Just learn this. It's not an actual state like we know as states, but like they call parts of their towns states. And he goes, we need this state quarantined, and where I am quarantined, the illusion room, because that's where I'm staying, and I'm St. Lucian. So they quarantined the whole thing, just shut it down, locked it down, and they start their investigation. So he called for that. I'm sitting in wherever I'm sitting. It was my illusion room that I created, which is right next to my house in St. Lucian, more or less. You never find it, but we know where it is. And you never get into my illusion room because the security is off the charts and you can't get in the wall. You know, you'll be detected. And that's why I'm in there, because crazy Christ that's in jail can't shank me. All his friends can't shake me. And contusion can't shank me. And anyway, so I'm in there, I'm like, I don't know what the hell's going on, I'm going to bed. So I found me a couch to lay on, and I fell asleep. I ain't even on that couch for 5 minutes. And I'm being sucked down again. I'm like, what the fuck? So I go down, I got my freeze gun. Another Christ is with me. A different Christ. I don't even know who he is, he's just a Christ. We're going down, he's inside me, we're going down. And this time, I come in another room. And I don't know this one. But I'm being sucked, I'm being pulled into it. And there's a walkway in the woods. It's like a park. It's like a asphalt path going through the woods. And the grass is cut. It's sort of like Stanley Park in Vancouver, if you gotta realize. And we're walking down this path of the woods, and there's this cliff, a cliff of rock, and there's ferns and moss, and everything's beautiful. It's beautiful, man. No life at all, but it's beautiful. And all of a sudden, I'm being pulled into the cliff. So I'm getting pulled into the cliff. We walk up to the cliff, and it goes, and the trees, and like you're not supposed to get behind the trees. Like it's not a place where you would go, because there's trees there. So we go through the trees and then touch the cliff, and boom, the cliff opens up and there's a black tunnel, and people, not too many, none of them were violent, they just went and flew out. But they all seemed like they were sleeping, like they were laying in bed, and they just flew out. Okay, anyway, we go in the tunnel and there's a light down the end. He goes, you're going home. He gets on the horn, calls in the squads, and they all come flying in. I go back home, go to sleep. So I get up, I'm on the computer, well, for a minute. I go back home to St. Lucian and fall asleep. I don't know what the hell's going on. I was taking care of. Christ has got it. I go on the computer, check a couple things, get a drink of water or whatever, have a cigarette, and I lay down and go back to bed. I lay down and go back to bed, and I hear angel tooth this, angel tooth. I'm like, fuck it. I fall asleep. All of a sudden, this is a dream now. I'm trying to figure out what angel tooth is, what these rooms are with no people and tunnels and angel tooths and shit. I don't understand it. All of a sudden, I'm in sleep, and I'm in a coffee shop in Windsor from my past. And there's my friends with two girls that were working. And I once told them if they ever get in trouble to ask for Jesus Christ to come help, like in there spiritually, to ask for Christ. So I'm talking to him, I haven't seen him for a while. I'm like, hey, and we're all happy. We're talking, and all of a sudden you go, hold on, I got a customer. And the customer walks up, and he says this, and he's a big, tall, skinny guy, and he says some shit to the girls. And I'm behind the tall, skinny guy. Tall, skinny guy don't see me. He walks up, and he's supposed to be ordering a coffee. Well, my two girlfriends are standing there. Fruit fly. Anyway, he starts talking to the two girls, and they're just doing a normal thing, and all of a sudden they go, and they just glossy-eyed, and they're glossy-eyed, like they're under a spell, and the guy just walks away and leaves, and they snap out of the spell, and I'm going, what the hell? And so I knew exactly. I didn't even know how. I'm looking at the girls. All of a sudden, I walk over to them and I whisper something in their ear, and she snaps out of it. And I walk over to the other girl and I whisper the same thing into her ear. I don't even know what I said. I'm like, and then she snaps out of it. And then I remember the guy. Then I wake up and I'm in St. Lucia. It's still in my bed. So I know that was a dream. And I'm going, hey, guy, all hell's breaking loose in this place. And I'm like, holy shit, yeah, the angel tooth thing. All right, now it's like 5 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, holy shit, the angel tooth thing. And Grace running around, my wife comes. She goes, she goes, you don't even know what happened. Everything's locked down. And guess what? I go, what? She goes, you saved 38 people. 12 in the woods room, and so many in the other room, whatever. And I'm like, I did? She goes, yep. And I go, well, she goes, you knew about these rooms from the past, but now you went back to it with Christ, who can finally take care of it for the people. And I'm like, holy shit. And I go, well, what the fuck? And she goes, well, when people die, they see the tunnel and the light, right? I go, yeah. Well, what they do is they go to the light, but they're in a room. And this Christ controls them from that point on. Now, these people are probably not with Christ. So what he's doing is he's collecting souls and making a cult. And he's got 2 rooms he's doing this that we know of so far. And I'm going, really? And she's going, yeah. And I'm like, holy shit. Couldn't believe it. She goes, you saved 38 people. Other people, I don't even know, coming up shaking my hand. Other Christs are running around, people are screaming. I don't even know what the hell's going on. Angel tooth this, angel tooth that. Well, and as all that's going on, she's talking to other Christs, and who's the guy that found these rooms, and blah, 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 I want to talk to him, all this stuff. I go, hey, I know that they're looking, I can hear them talking in the back. I go, did you find the guy? She goes, well, Christ is seeking them. Seeking, that's what they call it. When you're looking for somebody, they don't say look, they call it seeking. Christ is seeking them. Well, I go, I think I found the guy because I just dreamt about him. And all the Christs were busy with all the people and the security and everything. So I had no Christ. So my wife, she jumps in me, she goes, take me to him. And I go, well, he's right here. I'm looking right at the fucking guy. Like, I just left him. Like, I can still see him in my whatever. She goes, well, fucking shoot the guy. So what I did was, I just willed myself to him. I willed myself to him. And when I bounced off him, he turned around, and I took my gun and pointed at him. He ducked down, and I followed him. Boom! Shot him in the back. I grabbed him like that. I pulled him back to where we were, where I was in St. Lucian. Security threat. As I pulled him in from the Illusion into the security room, the fucking alarms go off. Look at everybody's running around. Security guys running around with guns. I get busted. My wife gets busted. It's my place. I built the fucking. I'm getting arrested in my own place. My wife's got the guy. We're both shot him. I'm holding the fucking gun to his head like this. Whenever he starts moving, I give him another shot in the back of the head. And it's a freeze gun. It's not a gun. It's a freeze. It's energy. It freezes your soul. So he can't do nothing, right? They come in, arrest everybody. I'm free. My wife's free. But this guy, he's going to the, wherever he's going. Wherever they take him. I don't even know. So all that's over with. Turns out, this just happened an hour ago. I woke up from this, stayed awake, and figured I'd make this video. So I don't really know what happened, but they were using, when you die and you're in the blackness and you see the light, that's you going up to heaven, all right? The light, which is actually your inner light, projected outward so you can see it. When you're going to the light, you're going to your inner light, rising up in vibration to the light, to the layer you're supposed to be at. And that's where all the happy and your friends are in the inner light. Inward, outward, outward, inward projection thing of where you are. The only reason you see it is out there is because you're in a physical body and your brain can't wrap its head around. Your brain can't wrap your head around from inside out. So all the fucking people you hear talking on the internet about the inner light, don't go to the light. Don't go to it. It's your own fucking inner light. Why would you go to it? Well, anyway, this guy, he's either pretending he's using the inner light, hence the name Angel Tooth from Christ. He's faking the inner light. You see it. Let's say you get hit by a car and you're in the hospital. This Christ that's controlling you, before you were even hit, you're in the hospital now. He hooks you up somehow to this cave system. You die, you see the light, you go to the light, it's sucking you. You go in there and that's where you are. And then you come out, you can live here in Happy Land. In suburbia. Or we have the woods. Now, he's probably got more rooms. He's probably got buddies that are doing the same thing. It's a bad Christ doing this. Hence I saved him. So he's mimicking death. So when you're not a Christian, when you're not a real Christian, and you're just a nomad running around the streets, doing your thing, thinking you're the bomb, thinking you're alpha male, and you die, you get the fake inner light. You get the fake light. You go to a cave with some kind of machine sucking you there, then Christ comes and says, "Welcome to the fucking land of Oz," or whatever he says, and he sticks you in his room, and he just rapes the fucking shit out of you for knowledge and everything. And that's how they get your knowledge. It's all about knowledge there. They want to know every damn thing. So, and then, that's what I think it was all about. No one came to tell me. They're all running around chaos right now. No one came to tell me that, but I'm feeling that's what it is from past experiences, which I'm going to tell you in another one. I got another one about another room with the crazy Christ. He was in jail, and he built this room while he was in jail and tried to get me back into it. And I'm going to get to that story next. This was what happened to me for the last 6 months since Christmas. And I missed all summer. So much has happened. I'm just catching up. But this one happened last night. And I didn't even know I was doing it. Didn't even know. Last thing I know, I was in my room sleeping. Okay, I gotta go. In St. Lucian room. Anyway, bye.